The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everybody. How are we all doing? Did you guys miss us over the last week? Sorry we missed you last week. I was a little bit under the weather, caught a flu like midway through the day, and there was just too much going on, so I had to call it off. And then yesterday, obviously, everybody was busy with the election, and then today is our supplemental. This is not a Beacon Bits webinar. This is a supplemental webinar. So today, I'm going to get my mic a little bit closer here. Do I sound a little better now? So we're going to be covering EngageSnap. We're going to cover the kiosk, and then also cover the coupon snap as well. Can everybody hear and see my screen okay?
I can hear you. Are you sharing anything yet?
I hope it says on air I'm showing my screen. Or am I showing my wrong screen?
I don't know.
Yeah, screw it. We'll just go ahead.
No, I'm just saying all I see is is connected. I don't see anything.
Well,
I'm not seeing anything either.
Weird. Some people say they see. If you could see my screen, the EngageSnap screen with a mouse moving on it, put a 1 in the chat box, else put a 0.
Oh, I can see it now. I had to go to a different window.
Damn emoji makers. All right. So first I'm going to get into EngageSnap. So if you guys have your questions, can you guys get them ready? So go ahead and shoot away. I just want to cover a few things that some people just get confused when they start off using EngageSnap. So first is the SMS settings under account. We have the Woot settings. Everybody's like, what is Woot? So what I did today is I put some notes in here. This is our USA short code. For information, just click on here. If you want to use short code instead of long codes being phone numbers.
Ed,
yep.
You realize you're showing your key and token, right?
No, that's not my key and token.
Oh, okay.
I actually changed the digits a little bit so nobody else can steal it.
Okay.
I did it down here too, but just used X.
Okay, got it.
But thanks for looking out for me. Appreciate it.
Sure.
So the Woot key is going to be given to you from the Woot text area here. This is your login for Woot text where you can manage your short code credits and manage your keywords. So you're going to put your key and token in here. If you don't plan on using it, you can still put your Woot key and token in here. I would say that it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but we do have another short code coming down the line. I know we've talked about that before, so just hang tight. The short code is going to have more consistent digits as opposed to alternating digits here. Next is Twilio settings. Everybody, for some reason, if they've never been in the SMS industry or game, or as an SMS marketer, they don't know what Twilio is. So Twilio is an SMS provider. What they do is they lease you long codes being phone numbers. And those phone numbers are used to send text messages to customers. Anywhere in the United States, anywhere in Canada, UK, you name it, anywhere that Twilio provides numbers, you can use those numbers. On the dashboard of Twilio, it's called the console. Hopefully it doesn't log me in. Well, it's going to log me in, so I'm going to go for it. All right, so we got the auth token is hidden. So your SID is right here. And then your auth token, you're going to have to click to grab it here. And you're going to paste those here and here. And then to purchase numbers, you're just simply going to come over here to phone numbers. And you can buy number, but you can also grab numbers inside of here as well. Now, when you're putting a phone number that you want to use, this is going to be called your admin phone number. Now, this is the default phone number that you can use if you're not going to use a different phone number, and I'm going to get into this here in a second. So if you want to use a number that's just dedicated as an admin phone number, a default, put it in here. Make sure it is straight digits. I went in there out of poops and giggles in the database to see how everybody puts in their data here, and I've just got a multitude of different ways people are putting in their information. In some instances, you say, hey, that's a phone number, but in the SMS game, that's not a phone number. SMS phone numbers are all continuous digits with a country code which has a plus before it. So +1 and then your phone number. That is a SMS phone number. So when you guys get into this game, I know you guys have probably heard 1,000 times, but I have to, for some reason, rehash it over and over again. Get out of the habit of using dashes, periods, all that crap, and just use straight digits from now on, no matter what software you're using, whether it be software made by us or by other gurus. This is how you represent a SMS number. All right, next, I want to cover creating clients and editing clients. So obviously this stuff is no-brainer. You put in a business name, address of the business, the login for that client for their part where they log in and manage their account. Archived is if you want to archive this user. Ideally, you don't want to archive something and not have it appear on your screen and have them active, because that doesn't make any sense. So if it's either going to be one or the other. So if you're going to archive it, make sure it's not active. Otherwise, you're going to get pissed off. Your clients are not going to be able to log in, and all that. You know, all the pain in the ass that you get when you make a little tiny mistake. All right, so here we are. New client. We want to assign a phone number. So if I choose use admin Twilio, I don't have to choose a number because it is going to grab the number that we have set right here under our Twilio settings. That is considered the admin phone number. Now, if you're not going to use the admin Twilio, you are then overriding the default and you're choosing one that you want to use on or for this particular client, Godfather's Pizza. So always pay attention, because the number as it's listed will tell you if it's assigned somewhere else, whether it be one of our softwares or another guru software like Jason. If you select a number and assign it here and click on yes, I understand, you're immediately disabling this number on any other system that it might have been used on. I'm showing my screen, right? People are saying I'm not showing my screen. I just hope I'm not.
No, you're showing your screen, but dude, that's a lot of power. I mean, you could jack some people up. Isn't there a way to not have that available to somebody? Because a newbie like myself might, I could totally mess that up and not realize I just did it.
What are you referring to? The numbers?
Yeah, is there a way to like numbers that are assigned, have them be blocked and not even appear?
Well, here's the thing. So for some people that have a lot of money and have a lot of numbers that they're going to pay for them, it's not an issue to just keep buying new phone numbers. But for people that are on a budget, some marketers, keep in mind, they don't make thousands of dollars a week. Some do it just for supplemental income to pay bills. So they're not going to have that many phone numbers. Keep in mind that marketers do make the mistake a lot where they just keep buying softwares and they set them up, and then they're like, you know what, I ain't got the time for this crap. So they might have two phone numbers that they've had for 6 months. And if you guys want to raise your hand by pressing 1 that you've done this before, you have a number sitting on a competitor's guru system and you're not using it. Well, we have the opportunity where, hey, now I can put a number that I've been paying for to use by just simply selecting it and then clicking yes, I understand. It'll immediately strip away the number from that other system, and then you can ask refund for all the monthlies you're paying them other guys. All right, next is something that just constantly just keeps rearing its ugly head. I wish there was another way we could do this. This is the winner settings inside of the contest. So here we have, I set this up as 3, 4, 7, and then an asterisk. Now this means that everybody that passes through the kiosk is going to be a loser except the 3rd person, the 4th person, the 7th person, and then because I have a star after this, it's going to keep recycling through those numbers again. So we're going to go 3, 4, 7, and then multiply by itself, multiply it or add to itself, 6, 8, 14, right? And then 9, do the math with me, 12,
12, 21.
21. You got it.
So it just means that it goes back to the beginning. So after the 7th winner, it's like it resets to 0, and then it's 1, 2, 3, you're the winner. 4, you're the winner. 5, 6, 7, you're the winner. Up, start at 0 again. That's all it's doing.
Correct. So now if I do it like this, 3, 4, 7, as we're running through, number 1's a loser, number 2's a loser, number 3's a winner, number 4's a winner, number 5's a loser, number 6 is a loser, number 7 is a winner, and everybody after 8, including 8, is a loser. Because I'm not setting this back to recycle. So let's go to another example here. So I'm doing just winner 101. I'm just put 101 here. So 1 through 100 is going to be a loser. They're going to get the loser consolation prize. 101 will be the winner. 102 through infinity will be loser consolation prize. 101 with an asterisk after it, we're going to keep rehashing. So 1 through 100 gets the loser consolation prize. 101 is a winner. 102 through 200, loser consolation prize. 201 is the winner. Or excuse me, yeah, nope, should be 202 is the winner. And then 203, so because it's multiples. And then 203 through 300, etc. That is how the system will run when you're recycling it like that.
Wait, let me ask a question. So can't you just write, instead of writing 101, 102, 103, oh, okay, no, right. You can just write 101 asterisk, and it will just keep cycling back and forth, right?
Yeah. And I get this asked a lot, too, because people are doing, like, drawings for, like, trips and stuff. And they're curious, like, we want to make, we want to have 3 winners out of, they're expecting 10,000 to come through. Well, there's 2 ways you can do that. Is just randomly do it, like, not randomly, because you're making up the numbers. So if you're expecting 10,000 people to come through the system, you can make number 800 a winner, and then do number 5,020, and then 9,050 will all be winners. The other way to do it is just set this to 1,000,000, and then go back into the campaigns and use the pick a winner button inside of the customers list. If you guys want to have it so every single person is a winner, just like that. 1 comma add. So just keep recycling through every single person. If you want to make every second person, do it like that. So everybody clear on that? Or is anybody still confused? Let me know if you're still confused. Man, you guys should have been on the call before we started this. we had a good conversation about politics. It's freaking crazy.
I had to step away for a second in case you were trying to grab me. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. So I'm going to show you guys where that pick a winner is. And I'm going to go like this, put it down. I do realize there's a lot of data here. For you guys that are on smaller monitors, you might see it like this. Is like I actually got tickets about this. I think Keith, you did too. In another system like EngageSnap. If you ever cannot see buttons that are shown on our demonstration videos, it doesn't mean our system's broken. It doesn't mean your computer's broken. It just means that your screen resolution isn't as strong or as big as we try to make this so it conforms to most standard sizes of as of today. But some people still have older monitors. What you're going to do, if you click Control button and then mouse down, you can zoom down and you'll get access to all this extra information on the screen. You get all these extra little buttons and data points that are very useful to you. And also, the most important part is the edit. So if I go to subscribers here, I have 249. If we want to pick a winner, so in that example where we have 10,000 subscribers, and I want to pick 3 winners, all I would do is come through here, pick a winner. It's running contest, so it picks this guy here. Do it again. Now this guy's a winner. That's actually probably a real phone number. and then do it again. And now this guy is the winner. So if anybody on this call, if this was your phone number and you got the winner message, let me know. Is this being recorded? Thank God, because it must be on auto record now, Keith, because I'm so used to hitting the record button. But yes, it is recording by itself. So that's how you pick the winners from that system. You can hit this button as many times as you guys want. You can add manual subscribers here. You can upload subscribers using a CSV. The format is shown as this, but I highly recommend, let me open up my text file here. So if I copy this and bring this over, so a way to set up a CSV is use commas. That way you're separating your data points. Now, Excel, when you save a CSV, will sometimes add these little anomalies. I don't know why they do that, but sometimes they'll put a comma at the end, and it'll look like this. This will totally screw up your data. You want to make sure that everything is on one line by itself, no ending comma. There should be no ending semicolon, colons, no characters. It should just be a blank character at the end. Cancel that out. Anytime while I'm on this page here, you can see all the subscriber information, the phone numbers, the names, the emails, if you're collecting that data, the time they subscribe, and if they've ever won a contest, that will appear in the prizes list. So you'll just click on view and you'll be able to see all the prizes that they won. So let me refresh this here, or if AT refresh this. Doesn't seem to be working. I wonder if it's because this is the demo account. Let me go back. I don't see any numbers. Is this guys working for you guys where you guys can see the prizes? Let me know. Oh, actually, this is the prizes. I have no prizes assigned, so this is always going to show 0. So forget what I just said. I thought this was like the winners. This is the prize winner, so forget what I just said. So anytime they leave feedback, you'll see the rating here, and then you'll see the feedback if you click on this. If you ever need to edit a client, click on edit, and you can edit all their data. Another thing that's been a little bit of pain in the ass with support is people running through the system. Actually, we had this like last week. A guy
Hey, Ed,
yep.
I got a message. Someone says the screen's not showing, but I see your screen. So, John, can you see his screen?
I actually can't, but I thought it was something on my side because I'm logged in differently. But maybe that's not the case if somebody else has the problem too.
So I'm gonna try to unshare. So let me.
I mean, I can see it, no problem. That's why I don't understand why other people can't see it.
Here, let's just see if this works for some of you guys, because some people say they see it, some say they don't. So I'm gonna change presenter to you, Keith, and just throw it back at me, if you don't mind.
Back at you. Hold on a second.
Yep. So I just threw you the presenter screen. You can throw it back to me, and then I'll share.
Just give me a second. Hold on a second.
Sorry, everybody. We just want to make sure that everybody can see the screen.
Okay. Now, everyone can see my screen. I can see my screen.
I can't even see your screen now. Now I do.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, man.
I can see that too.
You need a maid, man.
No, but I couldn't see your screen and I can see his, so there was something like messed up here.
That was just today's stuff I had to do. Okay, now.
Okay.
Wait, what am I doing?
You're sending it back to me, change presenter?
Oh, yeah.
You need a street sweeper over there, Keith.
Yep.
All right, now everybody should see me.
Now I can see you. I could not before, but I can now.
That is weird. It's where some
Well,
people...
I was seeing you the whole time.
That is just nuts. All right, so any questions yet? How do we add shortcode to use in EngageSnap? So inside of the campaign itself, let me go to Manage Campaigns. And I'm going to tell you, some of you guys got some pretty damn cool looking kiosk out there. I'm not going to click on this button here, but there's some guys out there that have 4,000, 5,000 subscribers from their kiosk. One of the guys got 1,000 in a week, and he just set it up like 4 days ago. I mean, that's pretty freaking impressive. So I don't want to get off track here, so I'm going to go back to Godfather's Pizza. Now, inside of your settings, you cannot change the phone number. I think the phone number editing is done inside of the actual client itself. So if you go to the client, edit. Now, once you guys put in your Woot key and token, save Woot settings. I always recommend logging out and logging back in just so it saves it into a session cookie. But once you do that, you can choose the short code from the Manage Clients page. So hopefully that clears that up for you, Gilberto. Trish says, now I can see the screen but missed all the way from the beginning. Hope it's all good on the replay. Yeah, I hope so too. I'll double check everything. If something happens where it's just blacked out on the replay, which I hope it's not, what I'll do is I'll kind of like, even though it probably will record voice in that video, I'll try to rehash and show you guys video and do an overlay on it. So hopefully that'll help you out, Tressa. Keith, I mean, you have any questions from people you've heard from in support?
No, not. I mean, the only thing was, you know how we have the coupon directory,
Mm-hmm.
and how awesome it was. That EJ has an awesome directory. It's a great example. I was able to show that to some people to say, use this as an example.
Yeah.
I had a request, and I don't know if we can do it, but is there a way for us to do something on our end a little similar for apps?
So
ones that people have created.
For your PWAs?
So, like, yeah, for PWAs where we can take a bunch that have been created and have like a directory, and people are like, oh man, that's great. Give me a copy of that one. Oh, I like that one. Is that something that you think we can do?
Oh, like pre-made directories.
Like, yeah, like we can take apps that have been made. Like we can take like the top 20 apps that have been made so far. Because I keep getting requests for mine. But the request was if there was like a directory to like look at them and kind of play with them, because you know if you click on them, they go to like the link, right?
Right.
And so they could like see a screenshot of it, but click it, and it would go like to the link of it, so you could see it open. Oh, I like that one, yeah, and then they could request a copy of it or something. Can we do a directory of PWAs like that?
I'd have to investigate a little bit further.
Okay.
So remind me to look into that.
That's the one question I had from someone, but other than that, I haven't gotten a whole lot on the Coop or the Engage or Snap.
Okay. What are the images? What are the sizes of the image in the coupon directory? So let me try to see if I can find Peninsula here. If I go to edit, actually, damn it, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Actually, I'm going to have my programmer make these links instead of just text. Now it's stuck. Come on. Let me close this. I might have to log back in here. There we go. Now we're gone back too far. Bear with me, guys. Appreciate all you guys getting on the call on a Wednesday. Did I tell you guys that? All right. So here's a link. Actually, it should be blue and underlined. We'll get that fixed. Copy link address. And then let's put that over here. So here is the Peninsula First. This is EJ's. These images, it's very, very simple as far as how to do the sizes of these. Do HD resolution. And so let's figure out what is HD resolution. HD resolution in pixels. So here's the pixel resolution. I know for some of you guys that have smaller screens, this is just epically huge. But 1920 by 1080 You guys can ratio this down by 2. So if you want to cut this in half, make this 540 and make this, what's half of 1920, Keith? Come on. Come on. Like 960, right? So 960 by 540 would be a good size. And we've talked about it on other calls too. All these images that he's using is all stock photos. A good example here is the Sal in Mamiya. I don't know if this is an actual photo of that dinner. I doubt it because it's a professionally, you can just tell by looking at the pictures that they're professionally taken. And so I consider that stock photography. So if you guys can find some good stock photography, I know there's several sites out there. What's that one we use as an example? I can't remember, Keith.
I can't remember either.
Groupon. Groupon uses stock photography. Like they'll do one for like a laser tag, for example. They won't use an image from their laser tag establishment. It'll be a stock photography of a laser tag. They just look better, they're more clear, and it stands out on a mobile device. That's why they do that. Rick says, who made the directory? That was done by E.J. Harris. Did a really good job.
Example of what a directory can look like if you guys make one for a community and go to different businesses and solicit, hey, I can list your business here and have a coupon, and I can make you a featured business for X amount of money, so on and so forth, and you can get this thing going within a community or a village or whatever your little area is called, or restaurant row or something like that. And it's a great way to use it to market.
So I'm gonna pause the screen for a second here, guys, so I don't give away any private information. So I'm gonna go in here in EJ's campaign here. Let's see what we got here. Just give me a second. Oh, that's the wrong one. I'll share my screen in just a second, guys. Just want to make sure I get you guys the correct information. All right, so I'm going to share my screen now. So this is the coupon. Man, EJ is just kicking ass on this stuff. This is just beautiful, man. This is beautiful work. So here's the stock photography that's inside of his settings here. So let me go back. I don't want to give away any information. Let me pause again. I'm going to click on edit in his campaign. That image is found in his settings here. I think he's got it. If you click on this image here, edit, that is the image right there. So it's the image that goes in the main part of the coupon. And it should be like I think it's like the second image down. If you just click on edit, yours will be a blank, like a blank picture. It'll say example image or sample image. Click on edit, and then you can change it. That becomes your directory image as well. Rick says, any chance EJ could make a short video on how he built this directory? I could definitely ask him on that. Rick Stewart says, is Coupon Artist part of Coupon Snap? Yes, it is. So anytime, whenever you're designing a coupon, and EJ, I'm going to try not to mess up your stuff here. So there's all this stuff that you can add and have on your coupons. Editing, you just simply mouse over, you can move, you click on edit, that'll bring up the Coupon Artist. Let me bring this a little bigger. There we go. So now we're at 100%. So this gives you access to change just a multitude of different settings. So if I go like that, I can make the margins bigger. I can change the height and width of the logo. Everything can be done on the fly, and we just recently added a copy function too. So if you guys want to make like a static template here, that way when you get future clients, all you're doing is hitting the copy button and swapping out like the logos and the text. Yeah, this is just this is a great work. What do you think, Keith?
It's awesome. It's just awesome, but it's just a great example to show people what this can do and just be killer.
EJ,
I have a question.
go ahead.
Can the image be a GIF?
Absolutely.
That would be even better.
Absolutely. You can use a GIF here if you want. I've been talking to the programmer. Have you guys ever who's heard of Revolution Slider? You guys use it inside of like WordPress installs? Put a 1 in the chat box there if you guys heard of Revolution Slider. Let me see if I can type it in here. So you guys will be more familiar with this. So I think this is it here. So they make this. You see this little presentation here? How it's moving. I think I gotta actually get my mouse over here for it to actually work. All this stuff moving around on the screen is all done using a little piece of software that's built into, in this case, WordPress called Slider Revolution. We are going to add this. Get this. We're going to be adding this so you guys can now have a little section on the coupon where it's a Revolution slider. So does that sound cool, guys? Give me a 1 in the chat box if it's cool. Give me a 0 if we suck. Give me a 0. I want to give me a 0.
I can't see any of the questions on this right now, but
and you'll be able to add unlimited sliders, like little Revolution sliders. I don't recommend like making things where you're clicking customers off of the coupon, but you can make some pretty cool looking like logos sliding in with just 3D effects and all that stuff.
That's going to be awesome, dude.
Will the slider affect the performance of the coupon? I will tell you this. I've worked with the slider before, and I think we actually did it with Project Loyalty. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember, but I know I did it with another big project that I made for you guys back in the day. But it does not use a lot of resources for the device of the consumer or customer if you keep it down to just a couple slides. And you can add any kind of button. A buy button's perfect. If you're intent on creating this coupon, it could be any of these buttons. If your intent is to get them to go somewhere else to do a different action outside of our coupon system, absolutely, you could do a buy button. And I want to show you guys another example. So I'm going to pause my screen here again. Sorry to do this.
So Ed,
I'll keep
how close are we to the loyalty functionality?
I should have something to show you guys on Tuesday next week, just to get things going.
And that's going to be like a punch card?
It's going to be like a punch card, correct.
This is awesome. So that's going to be pretty sweet.
We got a lot of stuff breaking. Not breaking, but just coming. like
breaking.
like breaking news.
Breaking bad. Right, yeah, breaking news.
So Keith and I, we've been busting our ass trying to put some stuff together, especially with the Bird Dog program, but this isn't about the Bird Dog program, but I won't get into it. So I'm going to pause my screen. I'll let you guys see this beautiful coupon while I pause it. And I seen a very cool looking kiosk. Let me show you guys. I hope I can remember which one it was. Oh, this might be it. Bear with me. There was actually 2 examples that I want to show you.
Ed,
yes.
Can you put that coupon in the thing for everybody so they can see it on their phone?
Absolutely.
That wouldn't mess this thing up for anybody, right? If we put it there, right?
I don't know. That's up to EJ. I can't do that because this guy all of a sudden, this owner starts getting all these notifications of coupon redeemed. That might not be good.
Oh, right. Okay.
All right. So,
is there a way? Oh, here's another idea. Like for EngageSnap, do we have duplicate? Do we have a duplicate function? So if I build a really killer coupon and all I want to do is copy it for the next
ApperSnap?
business. Yeah, where I just want to change the logo out because I built it. I got everything going the way I need. And all I got to do is just change the logo for the next business. Do we have a cloning function yet?
In ApperSnap?
No, in Coupon.
You said ApperSnap. I caught you.
I meant like ApperSnap, where I can duplicate it.
Oh man. Yes, there is. I do believe there is, but I don't want to backtrack on this. So, whose is this? Is anybody on this call? If this is you, put a X in the chat box if this is you that made this. Anybody? Might not be on the call, but this is just one that I just randomly spy on you guys every now and then just to see what kind of stuff you guys are doing, man. I'm jealous, man, of some of the talent of you guys. But this is one of our members has this here. Did a really great job. I just love how he designed this. The coloring, the fonts, just everything is perfect. He has the contest set up with the right colors. This would look terrific on a kiosk. But what if this was a Revolution slider here too? Do you think on a kiosk, instead of losing a shitty GIF, you could have something that's dynamic jQuery Revolution slider? Get a one in the chat box if you guys want that added as well.
I think that'd be for sure. That'd be a win-win right there.
So I don't want to. I might embarrass somebody here in a second, but I want to show you guys an example of why we would need it. Because keep in mind, I've been spying on you guys. So I'm going to pause my screen again. You guys can watch this beautiful kiosk setup that he's got here. So I'm going to try to find another one that I did, or not I did, somebody else did, but I spied on them. So let me go back to campaigns. This might be a little tough to find, guys. Who is using an animated GIF on their kiosk? Can you put a one in the chat box? Let me know. Anybody? I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this.
It might be, I would try, was it Bob or Tressa, right?
Actually, I'm going to check my history on my computer real quick. Definitely don't want to share that. Let's see here. I want to find it. Bear with me. Keith, you can color commentate while I'm looking for this. Because you guys will just get it once I show this to you.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's just cool stuff. That's all I can say. I wish I would have thought of some of these designs.
Well,
they're great. That's where, if we can have the duplicate or clone function, that would be awesome, because I mean, I can't tell you how many apps I've had to duplicate for people. I probably duplicated my one app 1,000 times already for people, for Swamis, and probably at least 1,000 times for Bare Roots at this point.
Yeah, I can't find it.
And so if we could do something similar like that with a coupon, to where, you know, because the thing is you really spend a lot of time on the learning curve building that first perfect coupon, and then if you just go like, wow, that's exactly it, and I gotta go do all that all over again, if I could just hit a button and duplicate it, that would be awesome.
All right, I'm just gonna give it one shot because there's like hundreds and hundreds of campaigns in here. I'm just trying to do it off the top of my head. I'm not showing yet, so.
That's okay.
Oh, this wasn't it. All right, so I'll just go back to cannolis here.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, what it was is a really good kiosk the guy made, but what he did, he must have gone like on one of those animated GIF making websites, and he was trying to like convey in an animated GIF that they give back to the community, give back. They're celebrating their 10th anniversary, and as it was sliding, it was just real blocky, and I don't know if it would actually look good on a kiosk, because Android devices, iPhone devices that are that small don't tend to show the GIFs that good. So that's where jQuery would be perfect for this example, using the Revolution slider. So I just want to try to convey that. I want to show you guys a real example of this. It was a good GIF. It just wasn't fluid. We want something that looks fluid and grabs the eye and has some nice little animations. That's what we're trying to accomplish here. So I'm going to task the programmer to adding the actual revolution slider. So you guys aren't going to have to learn anything new. Those of you that are familiar with the slider revolution or revolution slider, whatever it's called, you guys know exactly how to use it. So look forward to that. All right, we're about 42 minutes in. Let me check the question box here. Sean says, I have a video there, and when I try to change it to an image, it is locked in as a video now and won't change. Sean, can you put in a support ticket? I'd like to take a look at that issue, if you don't mind. Everybody's just giving EJ the thumbs up, man. Is EJ on the call? I didn't even see if he's on the call today. He must be busy. He's not on the call today, but he'll probably hear the replay, and his head will probably explode from all the comments and other love sent his way today. I'll see other questions. If you guys want to throw some questions at me, so we can finish out the call. I get a lot of tickets from you guys. You guys are being shy today.
We're just too good on the tickets. We already answered all the questions.
Is it possible to use the coupon snap system to replicate something similar to birthday marketing? There is birthday functionality. I know exactly what you're talking about, Rick. So if you guys stay tuned, we'll make something that's like it, but better. That's my promise to you. Rick says, I ran a coupon last weekend. Great opt-in results. Do you care to share the URL if you want? We can give you guys a little. You guys who wants some of their work critiqued? Put in your link in the chat box. Gil says, Ed, the short code is not in my drop-down EngageSnap. Gil, did you actually put it in the settings first, your short code? So if you go to my account, SMS Settings, put in the Woot key and token, and then hit save, log out, log back in, that should be an option for you to choose for your clients. Scott, when will CNAME work with SSL? We are currently investigating that with some of the SSL providers. It's kind of an interesting scenario. My programmer kind of put me through the gamut of what I have to show for them to understand what we're trying to accomplish with it, because we're essentially taking a CNAME and trying to use it with a directory. It's almost like something we've never done before. It's can be done, but it's something we've never done, so bear with us on that, Scott. We'll try to make it happen for you. Roy says, Keith, I sent you an email about a PWA problem. Please help. So take care. Roy there. Keith.
That's CNAME. I sent you back. You didn't see my reply, but your domain's not HTTPS. That's the problem. The PWA at CNAME, it has, and just because it's HTTPS, the SSL certificate could be expired, is my understanding. That could also be an issue. You got to make sure it's got current certificate and it's HTTPS.
Yep, and then keep in mind too, guys. Like you guys, if you're working with Keith on the CNAME stuff and you guys are having issues, net propagation, anytime you make just the most minute change to any settings of the DNS, you're essentially resetting the whole process all over again. So try to be very articulate and careful when you're doing your settings for CNAME to make sure it's right the first time. Otherwise, you're just extending your pain another 3 days. Sorry.
And then also, if you could put this in the chat box, or but what'smydns.net, you could go to that website, what'smydns.net.
All right, let me see. I'll check that out.
If you go to that, that's how you guys can verify that your CNAME is correct, because that's where I put in the CNAME that you gave me, and that's why it came up. It came up all red X's because it's not HTTPS.
Right, and now I'll explain it to you. I see what you're saying. Excuse me, I had a burp. So when you put in the PWA, the CNAME, You put that in here at search.
And then you got to drop down and select that it's a CNAME, right?
Yep.
Because like you can put in mine for an example. Put in tmg.keithgaitan.com and you'll see that it comes up all green. But if you put in a bad one, it comes up all red X's because it's not right.
Yep. And then you have all these little hubs across the world here. Now, obviously, United States, those are going to propagate a little bit faster sometimes. But it can take up to 3 days for it to propagate throughout the entire internet. And there's no way, there's no magic button or magic wand to make it go any faster than that. How do we edit the middle pages for the coupon redemption? Let me see if I can go to an example here. I'm going to pause my screen. BJ says, can we schedule a chat tomorrow? I need help with SMS campaigns. Is that for WooText, BJ? Hit me up on Skype. I think I've talked to you on Skype before. You can Skype me. If you guys don't know my Skype, it's Compass, COMPASSIT, Compass IT, or Compass It, all lowercase. All right, so hey, we have an example here to show everybody. Let me do this real quick. Copy. All right, let me show this real quick. This is Rick's. This is Ray's Drive-In. The coupon's expired. Too bad. I wanted to show the whole thing, but cool. BOGO, buy one Ray's with cheese at regular price, get one free. How did that do for your client, Rick? Did they get some 72 opt-ins in 245 hours? That's not bad. What was your method of distributing? Oh, he said 24 hours. That's terrific. What was your method of distributing the coupon? Was it a QR code on a table tent, social media, Facebook ads? If you don't mind me asking, what was the your spend versus your profit from that campaign? Or was it just a helpful? He says organic, it went through the roof. Outstanding. And maybe, Rick, are you really good at Facebook ads? On a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you? 7. That's pretty good. Maybe we can get you on for a half hour on one of our Beacon Bits calls. Would you mind doing that? Because keep in mind, I was on top of this Facebook stuff for a long time, and you'll probably agree with me, Rick, that it's constantly evolving. It's like Facebook is changing their API every single month. They're changing the layouts of their admin. It's like you got to really be on top of things every single day, doing ads every day to make sure you just don't get confused. Gil says, short code's still not appearing. Put in a support ticket and put your Woot key and Woot token in the support ticket and tell me it's for EngageSnap, and I'll go in there and there's got to be maybe a cache issue on your side. It should be working. Say Skype again, please. Here, I'll actually type it in here. Compass IT. COMPASSIT. All right, so Rick says he had a Facebook $23 ad spend. That was your cost. What did you charge the customer raise for? Just curious. Or if you wish to keep that confidential, say, I wish to keep it confidential. He might be a fast typer like Keith is. Oh, he just included in his monthly, now I can upsell him. So I take it that they were very pleased with the campaign that you ran on Facebook? Yeah, oh, this was like a bonus plan, so you're going to actually, it's almost like a early Christmas gift, right? Was he aware that you were using this coupon? He had to have been. Yeah, 72 opt-ins over 24 hours is nothing to shrug. I agree. That's actually damn good, man. That's customer acquisition of 50 cents. Is that correct? Because now you're getting them on a subscription list, so the customer acquisition is only 50 cents based on your example. That's huge. It's massive. So if anybody else on this call, if you just joined us or you're confused what we're talking about, Rick, who created this coupon, did a Facebook ad campaign for $23, I think it was $23 ad spend on Facebook, and it netted 72 opt-ins, 20 redemptions in a 24-hour period. Pretty huge. Good job, Rick.
Pretty good ROI.
Everybody put a 1 in the chat box. Give Rick a round of applause. That's pretty impressive. 50 cents customer acquisition cost. The reason why I expired it was a 24-hour time limit. So we will get Rick, if he doesn't mind, we'll get him on a Beacon Bits call and we'll pick his brain. Or let him just show what he does. You won't want to show us all your secrets, just the ones that get some people started so they can figure out the rest, right? I was going to show somebody, and then I got sidetracked because he sent me the link. Please remind me what it was. It had something to do with a page. I got to go back to the question box. All right, I'm going to do this for you, Mr. Roy Revelle. All right, so Keith, can you see my screen?
Yep.
What does that mean?
That means that it's still propagating
throughout
all the DNS servers throughout the entire world, and that it's getting all set up on verified on our end on the same end. That usually takes 24 to 48 hours, sometimes 3 days, 72 hours. But as long as it says that, and when you put it in and it said verified in EngageSnap, then you're good. If it said you got the big red X, you were bad. But as long as it's in process, you're thumbs up, you're good to go. It's just a waiting game at this point, and there's no way to speed it up, as Ed said.
So in my experience, I mean, I've done a lot of work with setting up servers, cPanel servers, WHM, and this is something I have to deal with all the time, is where I want to hurry up and get stuff done, but stuff hasn't propagated. A little trick that I learned is sometimes if you're doing DNS during the middle of the day, like afternoon, it'll tend to go faster, but you might be sitting on here, like I'm on Chrome here, and I keep going to this URL. This might still say the same thing 5 days from now. It doesn't mean it's necessarily true. What's happening is your computer is caching this. So if you guys are like headstrong on using Chrome all the time, break from the norm, open up Explorer, open up Firefox, open up Safari, go to that same URL and it shows up, you know it's working.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. I misread that. You're not set up. It usually says it's being set up. You see how it says not secure? Because
yes.
You're not HTTPS. That's why it's never going to work. So like if you put it's not going to work. You got to make sure your domain It's secure.
It's secure.
Okay. All right. Make sure as long as your domain's secure and the CNAME's off of that, then you're going to be good. But put that in the global search real quick and see what happens.
As HTTP, or actually it won't allow me to do it without.
Copy that. Go to the global DNS over there, second tab over from the left.
Thank you for that.
Put it in there and see what it says. See, it's not. So that's telling me that it's not set up off the domain correctly yet. It's not even that CNAME's not set up correctly. It's not that either the domain's not HTTPS, master domain, or it's not set up right, because there should at least be one green there.
Yeah, don't a few take over, like get propagated like right away as soon as you
immediately.
Yeah.
Once you make it, once your whatever you're using, GoDaddy or whatever, says once you've created it and you go put it in there, you should see green right away.
For a couple, not all of them.
Right.
Okay.
So that you got to double check that your mask, whatever you got to make sure that with your domain provider that it's got a current SSL certificate and that it's set up and correctly and pointing to web hosting.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm going to pause my screen again, and then I'm going to jump over to CouponSnap real quick. And one of the questions was related to one of the windows. And somebody was curious how to edit some content, I think it was. So we have view 1, view 2. You can edit this text by simply just mousing over and clicking on edit. And then you can edit this information here with the value by clicking on edit here.
Where are you? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep, and there's a text value. I don't like the default settings with the font that the programmer chose here, but you can actually change the Google font now. Before you couldn't do that. My suggestion is to get the ticket value on the redemption pop-up. So you're referring to CouponSnap, right, Rick? Hopefully you're still talking about CouponSnap. So you're thinking on this page right here? If you to have it on this page, give me a 1 in the chat box, Rick. Start over, please. So you want to have, your goal is to have this here on the last page, correct? Yes or no? While he's answering on that, Scott says, Keith, again, I've got CNAME set up correctly and it's not working with EngageSnap. Please show us one of your setups showing it SSL. I don't have any of that handy to even show you, Scott.
Hold on. I got something here. I got a print.
I don't think he's talking about ApperSnap. He's talking about EngageSnap.
For CNAME?
Yeah. Yes, EngageSnap CNAME. I don't have any domains handy.
I have written instructions for the CNAME for ApperSnap.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be the same way to make? Oh no, because you need a different. You're directing it to a different thing.
Yeah.
Not web app hosting. You're directing it.
I'll invest. I'll get involved in this, Scott. Just give me overnight so I can get my bearings straight. Is there any example for EngageSnaps for a church? Are you referring, Gil? Are you referring to using?
That makes me like, hey, have one baptism, get one free.
Actually, it might be even a great idea to use the kiosk to get people on a newsletter or a church notification list. That'd be perfect. And just like a dealership, some churches have a lot of money, don't they, Keith?
I guess. I mean, my church isn't that way, but I mean, because I tried to get everyone in my church on SMS for just emergency reasons, for emergency prep a year ago, and we got like 600 members, and I only ever got up to 160 people that ever opted into it. And so we did another emergency drill a year later, which was just 2 weeks ago, and there's I still could, and we have the QR code and the text to opt in on the flyers every Sunday, and people don't do it. I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know. Because it seems too commercial for church or something. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I think if you're using kiosks for a church, and you want people to get on a notification list, and keep in mind too, you can actually treat that kiosk like kind of like a registry. You know how like you bring a friend to church, or you bring a family member to a church that's never been to your church before. They usually have these registries where you can put your name and phone number. And I'm not talking about funerals. least the churches I've been to, they have like a little registry where new people can put their name and phone number in. It'd be great use to have that kiosk to do that too.
Yeah. I just hand them off to the missionaries.
Rick says, no, it was the View 2 pages I could not edit. So you're talking about this page here? Everything here, at least on mine, is editable. So if you want to put in a ticket, in the support desk and try to do like a little screencast video what the issue is, because we're getting close to the end here. Gil says, yeah, some churches have multiple buildings. Yeah, I mean, some churches have like a basketball court. They have like a little food area. I mean, some of the churches I've been to had 6 or 7 different buildings.
There's this one church down the road here from me that's like a campus. It's crazy. They have a coffee shop there, like for regular public. Like you can go there and hang out at a coffee shop, internet bar, coffee shop. It's a school, it's a church, it's a park. It's huge. It's massive.
They have 10,000 seat arenas. I mean, it's crazy.
That one doesn't, but yeah, some are big. I've been to ones that are just big stadiums too, which are pretty impressive.
Gil says, I just Google it and there's a ton of app builders for churches. Yeah, I mean, there's something you'll search on Google, you're going to find something just for just about anything. So I mean, an app is a good idea for the church. I was just trying to get them on an SMS campaign, but I actually did get commissioned to build an app for my church for a singular purpose, which I did, which is being reviewed now. So there's definitely a lot of use and fun, and we have a lot, like Ed can testify, we have provisioned probably anywhere from 100 to 1,000, I would say. If it's 100, it's 1,000 apps just for churches. Yeah. It's
because they have the daily scripture and the get on the prayer roll and the directory to get a hold of your minister pastor, the events. Really, really cool. I mean, an app is great for any, and I'm not belittling this because I'm a very religious person, but for any club that meets weekly, an app is ideal. It really is, especially to stay in tune with everything going on.
All right, Rick says, I'll go back to Rick real quick here. It was the View 2 pages I could not edit, and then he said, click Use Now. So you've seen I was just able to edit that. So hopefully that'll help you. What are those blue view buttons at the bottom of the phone? These are each possible view that a customer will experience as he's going through the system. Like here, we have this first page which explains what they're going to get with the coupon, and then they get the claim. Thank you for claiming. In one of these you can also skip View 2 right here. View 3 is actually like the thank you page for going in and you've redeemed your deal. But then this is the final redemption, and once it's validated, you get View 4.
So one's like here's the deal, claim the deal,
show the deal,
and then have it redeemed.
Validated, I call it. Does that coupon have a directory? You talking about this one right here? No, it does not. Rick says, thanks, that's what I was missing. Does that help you out? You must have had this checked off here. Well, glad we solved your problem right on the call. So, all right, we're about 6 minutes after. I'd like to thank everybody for hopping on. If there's any questions or anything you missed or anything I showed you wrong, or if you guys want to bitch me out, hit me up on a support desk. Hit Keith up, and then he'll send it over to me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So Keith, John, Elena, thank you for hopping on today. Thanks everybody for hopping on this Wednesday call. We'll see you on a regularly scheduled programming Beacon Bits on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Everybody still comfortable 7 p.m.?
That channel.
Everybody still comfortable 7 p.m.? Should we move it to 8? I still like 7.
No. Move it earlier. I'd be much happier if we moved it earlier.
Hey, let's do a quick vote for everybody before we get off the call. 8 o'clock, put in 1 in the chat box. 7 o'clock, put 2 in the chat box. 6 o'clock, Put a 3 in the chat box. Oh, 7
Or even earlier. How about mid-morning?
How about not? Everybody still likes 7 o'clock. We're going to keep it the way. Thanks, everybody, for your input. We'll see you on Tuesday. Take care and try to stay warm. It's supposed to start snowing this week, at least in Michigan.
Oh, man. See you all later.
Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.